Hey everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. Well, today I'm going to talk about why I sold my Sony ZV-1, and I'll show you some of the other camera gear I have. So let's head on out to the Rshack testing facility and get into this video.
Regulators, mount up.
Ooh, got a package. Let's have a look and see what's in it, huh? My little trusty knife here. Try to cut it without cut whatever's in it. Oh wow, cool. So these are new probes for my Rectech. I think mine are acting up, so I contacted them and they sent me new ones. Cool. Nice. Anyway, you're not here about my barbecuing, so we'll get that out of the way. You're here to know more about why I sold my Sony ZV-1. I had that camera for about a year and I loved it. I loved everything about it. Well, almost everything about it. It was my primary video camera, and I used it for stills, and it was nice and lightweight and easy to use. So yeah, it was an awesome camera. Have nothing bad to say about it. There was one thing that I wish it had, but you know, I'm not really a photographer, I'm not really a videographer, other than messing around on YouTube and trying to learn as I go. That camera met everything I needed, and 4K, beautiful. The stabilization on it was awesome. It was just a great all-around, like they said, vlogging or content creator camera, and that was perfect. But in July, I was messing around on the old interwebs, and I saw something. I saw a notification that they were coming out with the next generation. They were coming out with the ZV-E10. So the ZV-E10 was them taking what a lot of people said about the ZV-1 that they didn't like, and they made it, they added those features into it and was coming out with it. Now, when I saw that, they weren't gonna have it out on the market till late August, but they were taking pre-orders. So I thought, you know what? Let's jump the market. And what I mean by that is, I put my ZV-1 up for sale on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, for just a little bit less than what I paid for it. And wouldn't you know, somebody wanted it, and didn't argue about the price. They paid me full what I was asking. Now, you know, I bought the small rig external case for it. I had bought the I think it is the how do you say it? I got it. Ulanzi wide angle lens attachment that went on it. I had the tripod that went with it. I bought an extra 2 batteries and battery pack. So I kind of made it all a package, put it out there. The new ZV-E10 with the, they had 2 options of it. One was $6.99 and the other one was $7.99. I wanted the $7.99 one, so I listed my ZV-1, not at $7.99, a little bit under that, and sold it. And so I basically, with some of the other things that I sold, I basically had enough cash or refunds to pre-order the ZV-E10. Now, what makes the ZV-E10 better? The one thing that the ZV-1 had was a fixed lens. You couldn't replace it. It was the only thing on it. whereas the ZV-E10, now you can interchange those lenses on it. They're an E-mount lens, whatever that means to whoever. So I really want that so that I can get close-in shots, and then maybe learn more about photography and buy a telephoto lens so I can really pick up on things far away, and everything about it was basically the same. They did go up one size in the battery, which is nice, because that was the other thing about the ZV-1 is the battery life. It just drained real quick. Reminds me of a GoPro, to be honest with you. It also overheated quite fast. That could have been a setting thing that I could have gone in and changed. I didn't know that. But anyhow, I ordered the ZV-E10, and then I got a Sigma, what is this, a 16 millimeter 1.4 lens. I did get the kit lens with it too, but I got the Sigma lens on it, and with the little wide angle cap on it here. I love this setup. It has the flip out screen. It also rotates all the way around. All the same features you would get on the ZV-1 are basically on this camera. Same thing, it's got that really nice mic on the top, although I use my Saramonic. Right now I'm filming with my GoPro Hero 8, and I have my Saramonic on it, and then I just have my, there I'm covering up the mic, but I have the receiver on the camera and the transmitter right here sitting, but it has a real nice mic. Let me show you some of the other cool features. This is the Sigma. Now the other thing I want to show you real quick is this rig up here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have my Samsung phone on this arm that comes out on this tripod. It's recording down over the top. You'll see footage from it, but that's what that is up there. This is something new that I got. I bought the Glide Gear extended arm. It's real easy to use. It also will support the lighter, I guess they call these mirrorless APC cameras. That'll mount up on there so I can get overhead shots with it. What this is, these are bags that balance that arm out, and all I'm doing is I ordered these on Amazon, taking bottles of water, dropping them in there, flipping it close, and then let's get this like this. And I'm just going to hang this on here, but that counterbalances whatever you're hanging over your camera or your smartphone, your GoPro. I have one on the back here that's balancing it. I also have my main phone, my iPhone right here, hooked up to the GoPro, so that's what I'm looking at there. But it's all about this camera right here and the things that I bought for it. So, I already have this rig. I got a Ulanzi little light up for it. Then I have my, this is actually a Boya, I think it's the MM1 shotgun mic. Sometimes I use it. I mainly run this on my GoPro Hero 8, but I needed a little better mic. I wasn't sure how this would pick up, so I have my Saramonic on there right now. And then this is the kit lens. Like I said, for this camera, you can either get it without a lens, or you can get it with a kit lens. And I think this is, let me get my glasses on, see what kind of lens this is. What do they call it? From what I understand, I think this, now don't quote me on this, I think this is a 50 millimeter or 35 millimeter lens. it does all right. I'm playing around with the Sigma because it was a highly recommended one for it. And then I bought the Ulanzi little tripod selfie stick. What I like about it is, you know, you can use it as a tripod like this, and then it also extends out. It has a little ball screw cap on it with a 1/4-inch threaded mount on it, so you can mount it on the bottom of this and carry it around, which is kind of nice. And then the latest thing I just bought is a Huitech G Max 6 gimbal. One of the things that people are finding about these is the stabilization, if you're doing like vlogging, walking around, is not the best in the world. Now, most of my stuff are mounted on tripods. Like I have another the tripod I like to use. I get all this stuff on Amazon. What is it? Endurax, Endurax. I really like these tripods. It has the 1/4-inch threaded mount base body that goes in here, and then you can clamp it in there. Like I have the base mounted on the bottom of my camera already, so you just set it in there like so. And usually, there I went and mounted it backwards. I like to have it mounted this way. Then I have my arm right here. And the other thing I like, let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I like to have it whereas the actual lens camera is over a leg. So let's tighten all this stuff down. I don't know why I had it loose, but then you can control it here, which I really, really like. Thing extends out like 66 inches. You got this arm that goes up, which is really nice, and then of course all the legs go way out. So I really, really like it. It's a fairly heavy duty feeling tripod. It works great for this camera and this rig setup. So I really like this. Now the thing about, let me get that out of the way. Thing about the Huitech G Max is I can unscrew this and actually mount it up on my tripod on a 1/4-inch threaded mount. So I could take this gimbal and actually mount it on there. What's cool about this, it's got the follow me and all kinds of different features, but I got to learn more about this before I use it. But I really like that. Then, you know, like I say, right now I'm recording on my GoPro Hero 8, but I recently bought the GoPro Max. What's cool about this is a 360 camera, so you can use both sides. Bought this really nice selfie stick, if you want to call it. It's a GoRad gear. The only down part of it is it only has the GoPro fingers for whatever you're going to mount to it. I tried, you know, one of my little connector fingers to the 1/4-inch mount on the camera and put it on here, and it was just the camera was too much weight for this style of clamping system, so it just kept falling over. So even though this is a good heavy duty selfie stick, it's not going to work for a heavier camera, but it works great for the Max and any other smaller, even your cell phone. I think your cell phone would work great on this. And it's, like I said, I just bought this Max. I haven't really used it too much, still learning about it, but it's fun to play with. You know, trying to get more into vlogging styles, videos where I'm moving around, but here in the testing facility doing cooks, a lot of my stuff is just stationary. So learning these new techniques. I want to learn more about photography now that I got this really nice camera that I can change the lenses on. And you know, I would highly recommend you go look up and watch videos on the Sony ZV-1 It's kind of a pretty neat camera. They do say it has stabilization issues if you're going to vlog with it, but there's ways around that. They have software that'll kind of take some of that out, and then you know, it crops in the pictures a lot if you're doing that. So trying to find a good wide angle lens so that it doesn't crop it all the way in is going to be the fun part. But I love the picture quality this thing has. You know, I'm not a camera guy. If you want to go in and look at the specs, please do. It has the same specs as their higher end Alpha series cameras already in it, as far as the internals, which is kind of neat. And then the battery life on it, I've heard up to 100 minutes on the battery in the right conditions. Right now it's getting fall, so it's not as hot out here, so I think the battery life will be great on it. And yeah, you know, this is kind of an overview of things where my channel's going, and also introducing the ZV-E10 to the lineup of cameras that I have. It'll be my primary, whereas I'll probably, like I say, with this rig here, playing around with it, it'll either be GoPro or cell phone as like a secondary shot up over everything. We'll just see how it goes. But that is the reasons why I sold my Sony ZV-1. Great camera, loved everything about it, except the battery life and not being able to change lenses. Whereas now the Sony ZV-E10 kind of addresses those. And you know, it's a great, other than that, it's got all the same things. They did change some of the buttons around. You still have that product showcase button. You've got the you know, the blur out background features. Everything else is the same, pretty much. I'm not really going to go over, you know, all the features on this. There's plenty of videos out there. This is just talking about why I chose to get this and what I think of it so far. Right now, the last few videos I've shot with it, and I love the quality of it. Still playing around with the zooms and trying to figure out how I'm going to shoot things, but other than that, it's great. I love everything about this camera. I think it's going to be with me for a long time. I don't foresee me buying another camera until I know more about photography. I don't shoot in RAW. I set everything to auto so that eventually I'll learn how to play with the color corrections and shooting in RAW and things like that. But for now, for what I do with my cooking channel and getting into more of the vlogging style stuff, I think this camera is what I need and what I want. It's lightweight, easy to carry around. The other thing I didn't talk about is my drones. So I have a Autel, what is it? Autel Robotics, I want to say Star 4 Premium drone. I had a DJI Mavic Pro, which I just recently sold. No reason why, just a buddy would talk me out of it, made me an offer, and I couldn't pass it up, so I sold it. And then I have my Autel Star 4, I think that's what they call it, Star 4 Premium. Sorry, that name, but it's one of the bigger one. It looks like a DJI Phantom 3, so it's a few years old, but really like that drone. Not the easiest to take on vacations and things like that, but I'll be probably looking to get like an Evo 2, an Autel Evo 2 here soon. They're coming out with a new one real soon too, but I don't think I'll get the new one. Anyhow, just a little bit of update on my camera gear, why I sold this Sony ZV-1, and where I'm going with this channel and trying to improve, you know, the camera stuff that I do have and how I'm gonna film things. So anyhow, hope this was a little bit of information for you. I hope it helps. You know, it's what I do. Anyway, thank you for watching. You can do all this too if you want. It might be hard. I don't know. It's hard for me. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, as they say. But anyhow, till next time, my friends. Real one.